Do you like Florida hoppy beer? If you want to know more about how hops are produced in Florida, watch the video down there.
My name's Tia Silvasi, and I'm a biological scientist here at the Gulf Coast Research and Education Center. We're growing hops as a specialty crop. Citrus has kind of been going out, and so this is a potential new crop that is viable in Florida. There's been a lot of interest in craft brewery, and so we're growing the hops for the brewers to make beer out of, and then they can have a Florida local beer produced from hops here. But hops plants are usually grown up in the Northwest, like Oregon and Washington, so we have challenges in growing them here, and we're doing research experiments to try to overcome those challenges. For one, our day length is shorter, and so the hops want to flower sooner, and so we're using LED lights to address that. And we're also looking at the best cultural practices to grow hops in Florida, including fertilization and spacing, and also developing protocols for maintenance of them, for example, fungicide applications, pesticide. So we do weekly scouting for, any pests or insects on the hops plants, and we make recommendations and apply them in our yard here. So these hops plants were grown from tissue culture plants, which were certified virus-free. And after we got the plugs, we bumped them up into 4-inch pots and grew them in the greenhouse until they were larger. And then we transplanted them into the field on March 5th of this year. So after we transplanted them, at the time of transplanting, we incorporated compost into the planting hole, and that helps with retaining the moisture and making the nutrients available. And we set them up on this coconut coir twine for them to grow as the trellis. So after planting, the hops were fertigated through the drip irrigation line twice a week, and then occasionally we would add micronutrients to supplement iron and other micronutrients that the hops plants might need if we notice a deficiency in the leaf. Also, to train the hops, you have to take the vines and train them on the hops plant so they can grow up the vine and stay neat and tidy. And then we also do weeding and put fine pine bark mulch along the bases to prevent weeds and conserve the soil moisture. We're going to be harvesting the hops, and we're going to be borrowing a hops harvesting machine from a local hops grower. So when we do the harvest of the hops, we're going to cut the vines at the bottom and cut them at the top. And so we'll just have this long hops plant on the vine. And when we put it through the harvester machine, it's going to remove the hops cones and separate them from the rest of the leaf material. Cut it, the bottom will keep growing from the rhizome, and so we'll keep growing it, and then we hope to have another harvest this fall. So we're getting ready to harvest now. You can see there's some ripe cones. This is the part that you will harvest, is the cones from the hops plants. And we will take the fresh weight of those cones and then we'll dry them. That's how they're usually processed for beer making. And we'll take the dry weight, and then we're also going to analyze them for alpha and beta acids. And we had some hops growers out here, beer brewers, and so they're excited about getting this product and using it in their local breweries here in Tampa. So hopefully we'll get to taste some Florida-grown hoppy beer.
I hope you liked the video, and if you like it, please subscribe to the channel for more updates.